Hi, good evening and welcome. My name is Sandra, my channel is called Sussex Sandra, and welcome. How are we all doing? I hope we're having a decentish weekend so far. Been a bit cold, wet, windy. It's been all of that, and then this afternoon I had really nice dry weather. It actually got quite decent. It was really nice, but I'd already been out for my walk by then, so I was home. But yeah, the sky cleared up. We had a bit of blue sky this afternoon. Very weird. It was almost like 3 seasons in one day. I'm not even going to go and say it was like a summer, but we definitely had autumn, winter and spring today in one day. But hey, that's how it goes, isn't it? Right, this evening what I'm going to be doing, it's really long overdue already, but the way how I see it, I'm still in January, so I can get away with it. What I'd like to do is do a review of one of my beauty boxes over the year. I subscribe to quite a few beauty boxes, but I can say that some beauty boxes I actually ended my subscription during 2020, so I didn't do a full year, and some I started, so I haven't done a full year of those. So what I'd like to do is, in the coming week, I'd like to do a review of the beauty boxes I have had for a whole year of 2020 and just give my thoughts about the products I've received inside those boxes. I'm going to go sort of month by month and then see how we get on, and then I think I'm just going to say probably at the end of it all which has been my favourite beauty box, how I would like to see how my thoughts compare with what you guys think. So let's start. So I'm going to start with Glossybox. Now before I even kick off, because I think all of you are going to say, especially if you watch my channel a lot, you're going to say, oh, this is going to be terrible, you hate Glossybox. I don't hate Glossybox. I've had a tumultuous relationship with them, shall we say, put it like that. I think that's the most fair way of putting it. Because Glossybox, occasionally they give me some absolutely fantastic, stunning products. Problem is that they've had a history of not being very inclusive in the boxes. And I have spoken up about it. I've spoken up about it a lot during 2020. I've spoken up a lot about it in previous years as well, but I'm hoping that 2021 is the year that I'm not going to have to mention it again or as frequently. That's what I'm really hoping, and I think they are starting to make some changes. I honestly think they are. I hope I don't regret saying those words, because I think I've seen they've recruited another woman of colour, another black woman as an ambassador. I've seen that recently and it's like, okay, and no, she's not like really light skinned or anything, she's like a proper black woman. So I'm going to see how she gets along with the boxes. She did her first box, I can't remember her name, I literally can't remember her name. She did her first box, I watched the video was good. She presented it well, and it was her first box, so her thoughts were okay for the January box. So I thought, okay, she was very fair, she was honest. She hasn't gone down the road of that over enthusiastic, oh everything is fantastic route yet, but I will be watching to see how she gets on. But she gave a fair and a good review of her first box, which I thought was okay, and I thought that was good. So it was good to see somebody who was black, who's got a decent number of subscribers, being given the opportunity of being an ambassador rather than the usual faces which we see all the time. So I'm interested to see how she gets on. For those of you who don't know anything about Glossybox and it's your first time here watching my channel, hi and welcome, how are you? My name's Sandra. I live in Sussex, in south coast of England, hence the name Sussex Sandra. Sussex is like a county for those of you overseas. Because I'm literally right on the coast by the English Channel, so very much on the south coast. I am middle-aged, right bang in the middle of middle-age, so I'm 52 years old. I love makeup, absolutely love makeup. I'm not a professional, and that'll be very clear to you. I'm not a professional, but I do love wearing makeup, playing with it, enjoying it, seeing what's out there. I love skincare, beauty. I just love everything in the beauty industry. I just tend to have a bit of a problem when things don't cater for people like me. When I say like me, my skin tone. Or occasionally there'll be an issue where they don't even think about someone who is like over 40, you know what I mean? Or even over 20 sometimes. But what I tend to challenge most is when products are not inclusive, so they might not they might not include shades for people who are very fair or for people who are dark and deep skin tones. That's when I usually get quite annoyed. I do get also annoyed when I see products in the beauty boxes from brands that are literally just made for beauty boxes. They're cheap ingredients, cheap products, and they get really overinflated prices, and I do talk about that, and I mention that quite a lot. I've got a thing about this particular brand. I won't say the name of the woman who owns it, but she owns many brands, and she private labels them, and then she just sells the products at very inflated products. A lot of the products come from places like AliExpress or cheaply made in China. You can buy them for cents, and I mean cents, pennies in our money. And then what she does, she just repackages them, puts them in a different box, and then sells them to the beauty boxes and labels them at sometimes literally 100 times the price that it's worth. So I do get annoyed about brands like that, and there are a few that appear quite a lot in beauty boxes here in the UK and across the pond in the US as well. So I will point those products out, and I try to avoid using those products because I just don't trust the quality and how they're made. But anyway, so that's Glossybox. Glossybox costs £10 a month. It is £3.25 postage and packaging. If you subscribe for a year, so for the full 12 months, you can get the box for £8.50 per box, and then you've got the £3.25 postage and packaging, so it costs £11.25 or £11.75 in total. That's what I do. I've got a subscription for the 12 months, so basically you tend to see me unbox the box and moan for 12 months. I try not to moan, but more often than not I do. So let's go and have a look and see how I got on with Glossybox during 2020. So let's start with January. So in January with Glossybox, you tend to get the products will range from, you don't tend to get sample sizes too often. You might get sort of deluxe travel sizes, and you'll get full size products. So they are pretty good in the size of the products we get, which is good. So in January, what we got 5 products. So the first product was this BB or BIBI Strawberry Booster Face Oil. I'll try and put a picture of the products up on the screen if I can find them. That was one. We got some very basic tweezers. We got a product from Model Co, and it was a brow gel. We got a Beauty Pro sheet mask, and we got a Queshie oil remover. So the BB Strawberry Booster, I mean, I've literally still got that in my room. I think I'm going to put it in my declutter if I haven't done it already, because I haven't really used it. So it was a face oil, it was a proper brand. It's just not a product that I really wanted to use. I used it a few times. It was actually too oily for my skin. It didn't absorb easily, so it's not a product I've been reaching for. So that's why it's still on my side dressing table, and I probably really should just throw it away, because it's not something I'm going to use, so I do need to declutter it. The tweezers were just a joke. They were literally just basic tweezers. What Glossybox and quite a few of the beauty boxes are doing now, they're introducing their own brands, and they're calling them sort of like basic or whatever, but basic, very basic products that everybody should have in their handbags or in their makeup bags. So these were some very basic tweezers. I'm not sure what I've done with those, to be honest. I mean, they were fine, they did the job, they worked, so it was very practical, and I think they were a very practical, reasonable price as well. Then there was a Model Co brow gel. It was a clear brow gel. Did I use it? I think I used it for a bit, and then I probably decluttered it, or it's ended up in my empties. Model Co is not a brand I particularly like. From what I understand, they're an Australian brand, and they're not very inclusive. So when I tend to see Model Co inside Glossybox, it's not something I end up usually being able to use. In this case, I could use the brow gel because it was clear, but more often than not, the shades and things they offer tend to be just for fair, sometimes not even for fair, but usually for fair, light and medium skin tones. Right, so yes, that was Model Co. The Beauty Pro sheet mask, I always love a sheet mask. The Beauty Pro sheet masks are actually quite alright. They do tend to be very much fruit or vegetable or herb based, so avocado, rosemary, thyme or something like that. But the sheet masks are really nice. I like them, they work fine for me. The Queshy oil remover was a product, it was like a two product. There was an oil and there was like the makeup remover, and it's a product that you shook and then you use it to take off your makeup using a cotton pad. Worked very, very, very well. How I used it, I used to shake it up, pour it into my hands, massage it all over my face, and it literally melted off all of my makeup very efficiently, very quickly. Then I'd use a damp face cloth and wipe it off, rather than using sort of cotton pads, because that's just waste and landfill stuff. So for me, in January, the best product inside that Glossybox that month for me was the Queshy oil remover, because it was something I used all the way through to the end. It was practical, it was good, it did what I wanted, perfect. Moving on to February. So February is the month of love. Bit of Barry White. So in February, products we got were from Figs and Rouge, and it was an elixir. It was like a highlighting liquid kind of product. Then we had a Star Skin lip mask. We had something from Dirty Little Secrets, which was a glow stick. We had a Saint Lux Duo lip liner. And we had a floss lip gloss. Right, so February's box was one of those boxes that started to annoy me a little bit, and you know, it probably only gets worse from here. So in February, the Figs and Rouge elixir was actually quite a nice product. I've still got it. I use it occasionally. It's not something I use very often. Basically, I tell you why I haven't been using it so often. It's because I haven't been going to work. And when I was going to work, what I used to do, I used to mix it with my foundation. I tend to have quite the foundations I tend to use will be mattifying or natural finish, so slightly on the matte side but not too dry. I tend to stay away from very radiant and dewy foundations. And with that Figs and Rouge elixir, it was quite nice if I put a couple of drops in there with my foundation, mix it in, and it just gave me a nice bit of a glow, but without making me look oily and sheeny, because I'm going to be oily and sheeny, and I'm going to be oily and shiny very soon anyway, usually within 2-3 hours. But that just gave me a nice look. It was a nice product. It worked well with my foundation, so I quite like that product. The Star Skin lip mask, that was just a joke. It was, for me, it was, I don't understand lip masks. I just don't get the point of them. I understand lip scrubs, I understand lip balms, but lip masks I just don't get. So I put it on and it just kind of, it was a mess on my lips. It was just a mess. I don't see the point of those. When I receive those now, I literally just put them straight away into my giveaway boxes. The third product is from DLS, Dirty Little Secrets. So at the beginning, at the start of this video, I talked about brands that use private labeling of very cheap products from China. Dirty Little Secrets is part of a group from That Woman. I talk about That Woman quite a lot. So this is a woman, I think she's American, or maybe Latin American, not quite sure. She has several brands which she private labels. So she buys products very cheap, very cheap from China. How well the products are made, I don't know. How good the quality of the ingredients are, I don't know. So what she does, she buys these from, so say for example, from a wholesale site like AliExpress. The product will be very cheap, so it will be 50 cents, 70 cents, very cheap. Very bland products, no labelling on the products whatsoever. So she'll buy thousands of those. She'll then ship them off to her little place, wherever she gets these products. She'll, what we call private label, so she'll put her own label on the products, get her own packaging on the products, and then sell the products on at a far inflated price. So say she bought the products, when it works out per unit, it will probably work out to, let's say, $1. The final product, if after she's put the packaging and stuff on, it will probably be worth $2.50, but she'll sell the product on for $30, $40, $50, even up to $100. I've seen one of her products go for. And she's got quite a few brands. So she's got Dirty Little Secrets, she's got Saint Lux, oh dear, she's got Steve Laurent, there's 5 brands and I can't remember them, but she's got 5 brands, and they appear very often in beauty box subscriptions. So when you hear me say, oh, this is another brand under that woman, that's what I'm talking about. It's these products that are usually very cheaply made. Most of the time the products will be okay, they'll be satisfactory, they'll be like very cheap sort of drugstore, your super drug, you know, your corner shop kind of quality products. Probably nothing wrong with them, just the overinflated prices, it just doesn't do it. And you try and find information about any of these products, it'll be difficult. So Dirty Little Secrets is one of those brands, and in this case it was a glow stick, which was not a product I was interested in. It's one of those multi-purpose sticks, so you could use it to highlight if you wanted to, you could use it as a eyeshadow, you could use it as a lipstick, blush, I don't know. It wasn't a product that's suitable for my skin tone, didn't like it, not for me, no, 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 no. St. Lux is another one under that woman's umbrella, parent company. I think the St. Lux is supposed to be a little bit more luxurious, supposedly. So in this case we've got a duo lip liner. So there was 2 lip liners, one was a red and one was more of a rosy colour. They were so dry, so dry. It's one of those products I mean, I wouldn't even want to use it as a lip liner because it would leave my lips just itchy because they were so dry. It was a product you would need to put a balm on underneath, or good old Vaseline, or put a lip gloss over. Just so dry. So in that duo, I remember I kept one, I kept the red one, and I put the rose one in the giveaway, and I did use the red one and I stopped using it because I just found it too dry and horrible. It was yuck. It was just horrible, really horrible. The next product in there was a floss lip gloss. So the Floss brand I'm aware of because I've received it in an American beauty box. I subscribe to Ipsy and BoxyCharm, all of the boxes in their brands. So it was an okay lip gloss. Problem was the colour wasn't really suitable for me, so I used it a couple of times, but I didn't use it again because again it's not colours that I reach for. So for the February box, the best product for me inside the February box was the Figs and Rouge Elixir. I do score my beauty boxes, so if a product is something I'm going to use and I'm going to enjoy, I give it a score of 1. If it's something I'm going to try out but I'm not sure about, but I'm going to give it a go, or I might give it to a member of my family or friends, I'll give it a half. If it's a product that I'm so not going to be using, it gets a 0. So the February box literally only got 1.5. The January box got a 2. Right, so moving on to March. Thing to remember is, don't forget, I am paying maximum £11.75 for the boxes. So for me, the products I receive, as long as I'm getting my value in the products that I'm using, so getting my money's back at least, then I kind of keep my mouth shut and just carry on, really. March. So March, again, we got an Ico mascara. We got a Ciate London Stamp and Drag eyeliner. We got an MCO lipstick. We've got a sleek highlight palette, and we've got a Cetraban cleansing cream. So going through those products, so the Ico mascara was actually, Ico do lots of eyeliners and mascaras. They do a hell of a lot, and we get them a lot in beauty boxes here and in the United States. This particular Ico mascara was not one of their best ones. It was actually one of those curved ones, and it was just dry, it was horrible, didn't like it at all. So I kept it and I didn't like it, so it was something that ended up in my trash. Next was a Ciate London Stamp and Drag eyeliner. That was the second one I'd received of those, and I really like them. So it's literally just an eyeliner where one end, it's a liquid eyeliner, one end has actually got a stamp facility, so you literally stamp your wing and then you use the eyeliner to apply on the other end. It's a good product, it does the job, it's really good. It takes a little bit of practice to get the stamp, the little triangle wing in the right place. I mean, I don't get it 100%, sometimes I get it perfect, sometimes it's completely wonky, but it's a good product and I like it. The MCO lipstick was a colour that was just awful. It wasn't a colour for my skin tone, not at all. It was a very pale pink colour, which even if I used a dark lip liner and I used a gloss, it would still look very ashy and horrible on my skin tone. Just wasn't for anybody of a deep skin tone, so that was a no-no. Then there was a sleek highlight palette, which I was actually quite surprised at, because The colours in that sleek highlight palette worked really well for me. I haven't got it here down here so I can show you. I mean, I'll put the picture on the screen, but the colours actually worked really well for me. There were some very darkish bronze colours, and I couldn't see how that palette would work very well for women who are white skin tone. Yeah, so for me it worked well. But I couldn't see how it would work for everybody, and that was one of the things I sort of think this is like a perfect chance where if they looked at our beauty profile, because we do kind of do a beauty profile for Glossybox, they could have had the options of 2 eyeshadow highlight palettes, and they could have got one for the people who have dark deep skin tones and one for those with fair light medium skin tones. That would have been a perfect chance to use our beauty profiles to give the appropriate products to the customer. So for me, in that case, that highlight palette was fine, but I know for a lot of people it wasn't good at all. And then the next product was a Cetraban cleansing cream. So that was an unusual product to put inside the box. It wasn't something I associate with. We get lots of cleansers in beauty boxes, but this one is almost one of those which is almost on the sort of prescription side, but not quite, more for skincare. And it was very much for those who have got sensitive skin, very dry skin. So for me, I didn't need it. It wasn't something for me, but for my sister and my daughter, yeah. So it was used. I've actually gone on and bought another one of that. So in a way it did its purpose, because it's something I keep as a general cleansing cream inside the family bathroom. So did its purpose, it promoted the product to me. So yeah, so for me, the March box, my favourite product in the March box was the Ciate London Stamp and Drag eyeliner, but I also liked the sleek highlight palette. So for me, those 2 products were kind of equal. So I gave the March box 2.5, so that's the highest score so far. So usually the products you get 5, so the highest score I'm normally looking for is 5. So to get 2.5, we're at 50% there. Moving on to April. In April we got a Nails Ink nail polish, we got an Avant face cleanser, we got a Sport FX lip balm, and we got a Rituals shower scrub. So and we also got a Hask rose oil hair mask. So the Nails Ink nail polish, loved it. Brilliant, lovely colour, perfect, use that. The Avant face exfoliator. Avant again is another product that is another brand that at first I only saw them in beauty boxes. I didn't see them anywhere else, and then I started to see them in a site, in like a wholesale site, resale site called, and there's one site I used to see it on was Brand Alley. Avant, the products are extremely expensive, so you're looking at £75 upwards for the skincare products. I do like the products, they work very nicely, I like them a lot, just the prices are just ridiculously expensive, really expensive. So it was a strange one. So in that box, the product they said was worth £92. Whether it's really worth £92, I don't know. And again, I think I saw it on the Brand Alley site when they come round and sell it on Brand Alley. I think they were selling it for sort of £20, £22. So it's a good product. I used it. I do like the Avant range. I've got quite a few of the Avant range, and I try to use, if I'm doing a skincare month, I'm going to try and do an Avant month again very soon, because I have got quite a few products now which I could do, but I've got a few brands that I want to try now, so it's going to be one of those years when I try a month of a skincare. But Avant, really nice brand. I actually like the products, but the prices are just stupid, really stupid. We also got a Sport FX lip balm. So Sport FX is a very strange brand, sold, I think it's made by the company that does Sports Direct, or they've got a link with them, or they're funding them or something like that. So they've got this sub brand Sport FX. So lots of skincare, lots of makeup brands in there. Some of the products are actually really good. So they've got a mascara, for example, that is actually people really like. I mean, I've seen it in high-end stores like Harrods, I think it is, or Harvey Nichols. It's a really popular mascara. Some of the products are just like cheap and nasty. That's the only way I could describe it. The lip balm is fine. I like the lip balm. It does the job, really nice. Nothing more to say about it really. It's just a nice lip balm. It's like in a dome shape, but I'll put a picture of it next to me. And what else was there? Ritual shower scrub was actually nice. I don't tend to like body scrubs, coffee scrubs, that sort of thing, but that ritual scrub was alright. It was okay. I've received it a couple of times, so I think that month I didn't keep it. I put it in a giveaway, but I've received one later on and I did try it out. It's okay. It's not something I go for. I mean, I've probably still got it around. I think I've nearly finished using it, but it's not something I go out of my way to use. I have to remind myself to use it. And the Hask Rose Oil Mask, it's only a £2 product, something you can get inside Superdrug. It's like sachets of deep conditioning masks. I like it, it's nice, it's a cheap product, it's practical, but it does the job and I like them, and it's suitable for all hair types, so it was okay. So that April box actually got 3.5 because I kept the nail varnish, I kept the hair mask, and I kept the Avant face cleanser, and I think the lip balm. What did I do with the lip balm? I put a cross by it here. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I didn't keep that. Maybe I gave that away. So that box actually got 3.5. And my favourite product in the box was the Nails Ink nail polish, and that was worth £14. So again, got my value back. Moving on to May. So May we got something else from that woman. So it was a Steve Laurent eyeshadow palette. We got another lip balm from a brand called EOS, which I really like their lip balm. So I think the Sport FX lip balm was actually copying the EOS lip balm because they've been around much longer. So we had another lip balm again. We had a Vitamask bamboo charcoal mask, and I think that charcoal mask was actually a replacement. It was a substitute for something which we should have got in the box, but we didn't get. A lot of us didn't get it. We got a replacement instead, and it was actually sort of the start of seeing Glossybox not fulfilling what they're advertising and what the influencers are getting. This is the start where we're starting to see us not getting the same products as the influencers. So it might be in the leaflet, but we're getting substitutes, and it just seems like Glossybox are just not ordering enough of the products. They're so busy trying to get more people to subscribe to the box, but they're not putting enough of the products out there so we can all get the products that we think we're going to get. So I got the Vitamask bamboo charcoal mask, I got a Mod Masky blue light shampoo mask, and got a Stargazer purple eyeliner. So the Steve Laurent eyeshadow palette, overpriced, properly overpriced palette. I think the price was something like £30 odd they were charging for it, and it was literally just like one of those sleek eyeshadow palettes, and they cost about £9. It wasn't good, so I did put my one in a giveaway box. The EOS lip balm I kept because I like the lip balms, they're good. The Vitamask bamboo charcoal mask, even though it was a substitute product, I like it. I like the charcoal mask because I've got oily skin. I like anything that kind of brightens my skin or detoxifies it or clarifies it, so I like the mask, so I was alright with that. The Mod Masky blue light shampoo, I think that's the first time I received it. I tried it, didn't like it. I tried it several times, didn't like it. On my hair type 4 hair, it was actually very drying, and it actually ended up kind of causing knots in my hair, so it wasn't really a product for type 4 hair. And the Stargazer purple eyeliner was probably the cheapest product inside the box. It was just an eyeliner, but it was purple in colour, sort of purple violet colour, and it had a little bit of glittery bits. And to be honest, that was my favourite product in the whole box. The little cheap £2 eyeliner. I just liked it because number one, it wasn't black, it wasn't a liquid eyeliner, and it was a different colour, and I liked it, and I've been using it. So that was my favourite product inside the box for May, sorry. Moving on to June. So June box, we're halfway through the year here. In June, right, so we're going on to, June was a difficult month for me and Glossybox because this is post George Floyd. So George Floyd was the chap who got murdered in America, the black guy who got murdered in America by the police, and they tried to cover it up, and that led to lots of demonstrations around the world of just injustice of treatment of black people. And it kind of led on to sort of just social injustices altogether. So there was massive protests all around the world for that. So on to June. So yeah, June was very much a month of oh, I can't remember what it was called. There was a movement in the beauty world where lots of people were basically asking the beauty brands, okay, how are you catering for people of colour, for people of a deep skin tone? Because for a very long time, lots of the major beauty brands, they just did not cater for black people in particular. They were basically just saying, black people aren't beautiful, we don't think you're beautiful, we don't think you can be beautiful, so we're not even going to bother with you. We don't want you wearing our products, we just don't, we're not including you at all. That's basically the message they were telling us, just by saying to us that we're not providing any products for you. The only time some of these brands would actually cater for people of colour was when they wanted to profit off us, and that was it. That was the only time. So what started to happen sort of during the month of June was people calling out brands, so beauty box brands are saying, right, why aren't you catering for people of colour? You're saying you're providing a service for everybody, yet the products in your box literally exclude people of colour, particularly people of a dark and deep skin tone. So there was very much part of the Black Lives Matter movement where there was this going on. I got into some debates with quite a few people. I lost a lot of subscribers during that month because I was raising it a lot. I had some other beauty influencers basically sort of saying I'm being a bitch basically for calling out people, and it was very much a time when people showed their true colours on what they believed. They didn't give two shits basically about anybody of colour. They made it very clear, and the beauty brands made it very clear as well. Glossybox looked fantastic, made it very clear they don't give two shits, and that was it. They gave a lot of verbal, so yeah, we're going to do something about it, and then it did nothing. And one of the things I said was that you can tell when the beauty business really take consideration. If you look at the people who are in the boardroom, people who are making the decisions on what's being bought, who are those people in there? Who's sitting around the table? If all you can see around the decision making table are just white women or white men, they're not going to be thinking about buying things for anybody else. They're just not. And in the UK, believe it or not, it is a very mixed country. There are lots of different cultures, there's lots of different skin tones in the UK. It is not all white. It might have been back in 1950s, but even in 1950s there were black people and Asian people here. And things have moved on, and those people have settled. We've been here generation after generation after generation, still here. No, we were here, we fought in the war as well, you know. when people tell us to go back to our own country, it's like, where is our own country? Because for me, I'm 52 and I was born here. So what does that say? So yeah, there's been a lot of discussion with there's been a lot of me calling out Glossybox because they have just made no effort at all, where they were continuously kept on putting things in their glossy boxes which were bronzers for white skin tones, lipstick for white skin tones, you know. I've even seen not colour correctors, what do you call them, CC cream for white skin tones. It was just products, you know, eyebrow pencils for blonde and taupe, you know. It's just that inconsideration. There's no thought put into it. So I got into quite a lot of, so Glossybox for me in June, I did get into it with them. As I said, I got into debates. Some people tried to call me out, and I just had to put them back in their place and say, look, you need to go and educate yourself and think about it. As I said, I lost subscribers, and some of the other beauty influencers, I just said, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with you, because basically you are just racist cows. I don't want nothing to do with you. You're in it for the money, you're in it for yourselves. You don't really care about the people who subscribe to your channel. All you care about is yourselves, and that's it. I have no time for people like that, because for me it's supposed to be a beauty community. We're supposed to be caring for each other, and we want to make sure that we all look good and we all feel good. Those people, those influencers, obviously don't give a damn. They're about themselves, and that's it. So cut those out. I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. And anybody who try to sort of say, oh, you should do this or you should do that, I tell them to get lost and go and watch some other people instead, because I don't want those people to support my channel. I don't want them watching my channel. I just don't want nothing to do with them at all. I've got a lovely community here. I've got a multicultural and an understanding community here. I don't want any white supremacists or people with white privilege who are in their own little bubble and just are completely ignorant to the whole thing. People who don't even want to learn, don't want to educate themselves, because May, June, July, August was a great time for people to really educate themselves. A lot of people literally just did not know what was going on, but they took time out to find out and to learn. You know, I can think about influencers who did that. Willow Biggs was one. She took time out to make an effort to learn. There is Sparkling Princess Lynette made an effort, went out and learned, and that I appreciate. You know, those are people who do the same sort of unboxings I do, but they took time out to learn. Other people didn't care, just didn't care, didn't bother them, doesn't affect them. Why do they care? So yes, and that was also the time when we learned about Karens. Karens are just people who just think about themselves and everything it relates to themselves and how it affects them. They don't think about anybody outside of themselves, basically. So yeah. So in the June box we had a makeup remover cloth. There was 2 of those. There was a Huda Beauty dual ended eyeliner. There was an LA Splash 2 eye brushes, and there was a Natura eye mask. So that box, I gave it a score of 3. Product I liked the best, I was kind of neutral about most of the products, really. So it scored a 3. Products were okay, but nothing was outstanding. Moving on to July. So July was a box when I really called out Glossybox, because they just really didn't make any efforts whatsoever. That was the box when I really started to block some subscribers, because they were really coming out with some comments there which were just, they were just offensive. They were just straight up offensive, and thankfully it wasn't just me who had to say anything. Some of you guys were great. You responded to these people who made these just literally offensive and ignorant comments. Some of you responded to those comments, and then I later on just blocked them, because these same people will be very quick to try and enter my giveaways, and I was like, you know what, nothing to do with me, so I just blocked them, so I'll never see their names on my channel again. I literally just blocked them. So in that box we had, what did we have? We had an Aloha bronzer. Yes, that was the Aloha month. It was a themed month. So the Aloha bronzer was a very pale colour that could only suit someone who was light and medium skin tone. I think that bronzer was actually too dark for someone who was very fair skin tone as well. It would look very dark and orangey on them. So it was just a very non-inclusive box. So there was that. There was the Nube hand cream. I'm still using that. It's not the most moisturising hand cream. I've still got it up there and I'm determined to finish it. There was an Ico Sports Mascara. Wasn't very interesting. There was a Jekka Black Glow Drops. This is the first time we came across the brand Jekka Black. The Glow Drops, wasn't very excited about that. There was a Coca Star Cucumber Slice Sheet Mask. I love sheet masks, but these little ones with the little fruit slices which you can put in different places, I haven't got time for that. So that box literally got a 1 for me. Everything else I think I gave away. So yeah, it just got a 1. So it was not a great box, and just that bronzer alone just really pissed me off. It really did. Okay, moving on, we went on to August. So August wasn't a bad month. We got a Molten Brown shower wash, bath wash, and the Rhubarb and Rose. I loved that, absolutely loved that. And I have gone on to buy full size of that fragrance again. Absolutely loved that one. There was Glossybox introduced their own skincare now, so we had the Glossybox Eye Boost Cream. It's a decent eye cream. It was alright, little eye serum, it was fine. And it was reasonably priced as well. We had a Brushworks sponge. I thought that was rubbish. I kept the sponge because I wanted to see what it was like, and it was rubbish. So yeah, I haven't really used it since. We had we had a Huda Beauty Demi Matte Lipstick. And we also had a Steve Laurent lip liner. So the Steve Laurent lip liner, again from That Woman. I put that straight away in my giveaway box. I wasn't even going to entertain it. And I think it was a colour that wasn't suitable for my skin tone anyway. I didn't know because I just put it straight in the giveaway box. The star product for me was that Huda Beauty... sorry, my phone. The star product for me was that Huda Beauty Demi Matte lipstick. So the colour they gave me was a very bright, almost garish pink. It was a colour that I could wear. It's the kind of colour I would wear if I was going somewhere like Carnival, or if I was on a tropical beach somewhere. It wasn't really a colour for me to wear every day. I'm just not into those really bright garish colours. Occasionally, it just depends. Really hot sunny day, so if I'm doing something fun, yeah, I might wear it. But the main thing about that lipstick, I loved the formula. I loved the feel. I loved the lasting. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Loved it so much, I went on and bought some more. So I think that same month or the month after, I got that Huda lipstick in my Ipsy bag, and it was in a great colour, and they had some in add-ons, and the add-on, I think the price of that lipstick is about £16 or £18. In the add-ons they were selling it for about £7, I think it was. So I bought about 3 or 4 of those. Absolutely love that lipstick, love the formula, love the colour. Pigmented, solid colour, lasts well. You get the idea. I really loved it. So for me, that August box, the best product in there was the Huda Beauty, the lipstick, and also that Molten Brown shower gel, because as I said, that I've gone on and bought that fragrance again. So that was spot on. And this is what I mean about Glossybox. I can have some really terrible months, but I can have some fantastic months where I'll get products that's like, yes, 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 and I'll go on and buy them again. And you know, I'm one of those people, I will go on and buy products again. I don't just say, oh, this is fantastic, because, you know, I'm getting the box free or something. If something is good, I'll back it up by going on and then I'll buy it again. You know what I mean? So those 2 products were great. Moving on to September now. So we're cracking on through the year here. So September we had a Generation Skin Eye Patch. We had a Mine Tan Coffee Scrub. We had a Wishful Glow Enzyme Scrub. We had Imperial Leather Shower Gel, and we had Lint Chocolate Box. Obviously my favourite product in there was the Lint Chocolate. That was lovely. So yum. So I love getting a bit of chocolate in my boxes. So that was all good. The Generation Skin Eye Patch, I can't remember with that. Why I can't remember that eye patch at all. I know there was something about it, but I can't remember. But I think it was alright. Or did I give it away? I literally can't remember. I might have given it away, to be honest, because I have got quite a few eye patches which I get from my American Beauty boxes. So yeah, I've got a feeling I might have given that one away. The Mind Tan Coffee Scrub. I don't like scrubs. I literally don't. And I hate coffee scrubs. I think they're rough. I just hate the smell. I think they cause a lot of mess. I don't like the feel of it on my body. Hate them. So every time I get a coffee scrub, I give it away straight away. The Lint Chocolate, I said I really liked it. The Imperial Leather Shower Gel, that was like our cheap product inside the box that month, our filler product, but it was a nice shower gel. It was like a foam sort of can thing. It was fine, it was nice. Didn't last long because it is like a foam, and it wasn't a full size, it was like a short tin like that, like a mini tin. And it was nice. It was, no, I haven't gone on to buy it again, but it was fine, it was nice to get it. I always like shower gels, that sort of product. The best product for me was the Wishful Glow Enzyme Scrub, because I've been eyeing that brand. The brand is owned by Huda, who did that Demi Matte lipstick, and she does lots of little things. I've got loads of things from Huda around the place. I don't like the woman, but I do like her products. And I wanted to try something in her range anyway, because I have been eyeing it on, I think it's on Cult Beauty. I've been eyeing the brand there. So when we got that Glow Enzyme Scrub, I was like, yes. And you know what, I still haven't used it yet. It's just there waiting to be used because I'm still working through other products. So I will get around to using it, but I've got it there. It's going to be used at some point, and you'll know when I start to use it. So yeah, so my favourite product in that month I think was the chocolate and the Wishful Glow Enzyme Scrub, even though I haven't used it yet, but I was really pleased to receive it. Moving on to October, so we're 3/4 of the year through here. October we got the AHC Eye Cream for Face. That one confused me completely. We had a Bubble Tea Foaming Bath Dust. We had a Luna by Luna lipstick. We had a Illamasqua Hydrovel sample size, and we had a Beauty Crop Blush Duo. That wasn't a great month for me. That wasn't a good month for me at all. So the AHC eye cream for face, I didn't understand it, because if it's an eye cream for face, then it's just a face cream, isn't it? Yeah, I just didn't get it at all. It's either a face cream or an eye cream. Eye creams tend to be a little bit more rich. They No, eye creams tend to be a little bit more intense with the ingredients they have. They'll have more intense ingredients, but things that will be gentle to use around your eyes, because some products you can't put around your eyes, and they tend to come in little tubes like that. And this one was just saying that you could use it for your face. So I just didn't get it. It's like, either you're an eye cream or you're not. So this was the eye cream. I gave it to my mum. My mum kind of just dismissed it, and that's the end of that, really. Luna by Luna is by That Woman. So that's the other brand by That Woman. So I put that in a giveaway box. Illamasqua Hydrovel was like a little sample. I love that. I absolutely love that primer. It's a great primer. It's a jelly primer. I've got full sizes of the primer here, so I gave that one in my giveaway box, but I did score it in my overall score because it is such a good product. And the Beauty Crop Blush Duo, I couldn't use it because the colours weren't suitable for my skin tone. They were just too light. So that box only got a half, and that was because of the Hydrovel, the Illamasqua Hydrovel. Yeah, it wasn't the best box of the year. Actually, I think it was the worst box of the year. Moving on to November. November, we had the LA Splash eyeshadow palette, which is this one here. I've still got it here, and I have used it occasionally to put on something quick. Oh, my battery's going to run out soon. I had a Spectrum tapered eye brush. We had a Cabela glittery mask. We had a Hask Argan Oil deep conditioner again, and we had a Generation Clay hydration mask. I think this is the best box I've had in 2020. LA Splash eyeshadow palette. I gave it a score because I have used it. I thought the price was a little bit expensive. Again, I think it was about £30. A bit expensive, but I've used it, and I could see people of all skin tones being able to use that. The formula was okay. A little bit powdery, but it was okay. Pigmented enough. It's functional. It was good, so that was fine. Spectrum tapered brush. It was a really nice eye brush, so that was all good. The Cabela glittery mask was just a stupid product. It was a filler product. It was something for little kids, for your little girl, your little princess. Just no. I'm not sure what I did with that. I don't know if I put it in my giveaway box or I gave it to my niece. Can't remember. And the Generation Clay hydration mask, I'm still using it. I really like it. I've been using that a lot actually. Really like that product. And the Hask Argan Oil deep conditioner, again, it's a great hair mask, no problems. Part of the Hask little sachets, £2.49. Great, no problems at all. So that box actually got a score of 4, and I think that was one of the highest scoring boxes of 2020. Then a December box, we had final box of 2020. We had the Symbiosis Eye Serum. We had a Nail Berry nail polish. We had the Wonder Beauty Gold eye mask, and we had a Sport FX detangling brush and emery boards. So the emery boards was, I just thought that was a joke. I thought it was an actual insult. It was, again, part of the basic range, but it literally were those cheap emery boards. It's like, no one uses these anymore. So that was just a no. The Sport FX detangling brush was actually a replacement for another product that we should have got. I think it should have been a Sport FX mascara, and we got the detangling brush instead, but I don't mind a detangling brush. I gave it to my daughter as part of my little bundle of stuff I gave for her for Christmas. She enjoyed it. She likes it. It's all good. The Wonder Beauty Gold eye mask I actually put on during that day. It's a product I know very well because I've received a box of it from my American beauty boxes. Great eye mask. Does the job. Really good. The Nail Berry nail polish, really nice colour. It was like, I think they called it strawberry jam. It was like a pinky, it was a red with a pink undertone. Really nice nail varnish. Last smell, loved it. I wore it a few times over December, so yeah, and I'll probably wear it again over the year. It's just a nice nail polish. I like the brand Nail Berry, decent quality nail polishes. And finally, the Symbiosis Eye Serum. Yeah, that was a new one because that had a really stupid price as well, like £90 I think it was for an eye serum. And a little bit of digging, didn't take much, found out that it was made by the same people who make Avant. Again, that brand that have the very inflated prices. They've got the same address, same company. It's just another branch of it. The eye serum's fine, nothing wrong with the eye serum, just stupid prices. So that box I also gave a score of 4. So the best boxes in 2020 were the November and December boxes. So overall, Glossybox for me in December 2020, lots of highs and lows. I got introduced to some really great products, like the Huda Demi Matte Lipstick. Really like that. Into the Molten Brown shower gels. We've got some really nice shower gels from them. Yeah, really good for that. And I've got some absolutely awful products from them as well. I'm not going to go over those again, particularly by products from that woman. So overall, I'm going to continue with the Glossybox because again, it's only costing me £11.75, and I get a decent range of products. A lot of things I do end up giving away, which benefits you guys because they're not suitable for me. So I'm going to keep on with Glossybox, and I want to see, for me, I just want to see how they improve in 2021 to see if they become more inclusive. I have seen the changes. I've seen that on their site they've got women of a deeper skin tone now, not just people with like white and tan skin tones. I'm seeing some people with different hair types on their thing now, so it's really a case of seeing some of the products reflect that. Let's see. And as I said, I've seen them introduce a new influencer who is non-white, so I think that's all a step in the right direction. Let's see if they continue. I will be watching. I will be watching. But guys, you tell me what you think about the 2020 boxes. I've done a quick review. A lot of you are subscribed to Glossybox. Do you remember some of those products? What are your thoughts about the products? And do you agree about my summary of the products, of the box? Overall, let me know what you think, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help my channel if you subscribe, because that's the thing that holds me back. I think I've mentioned this before. YouTube, Google, they're a private company. They don't have to be equality aware, and they're not. they're making steps in the right direction, but they're not very inclusive. But they are starting to make changes now. Their algorithms, especially in the beauty world on YouTube, does not favour people of a deep skin tone. They very much favour people with a light skin tone, and you can see that just by looking at things like unboxings. If you search unboxings, you will see everybody of light white skin tones, and you'll see me way down, and I've got bigger channel than some people who are much higher up, and I've got more views than people much higher up. It literally is just down to their algorithms. It's all set up against people of a deeper skin tone. So by subscribing to my channel and watching my videos all the way through, it really does help. For those of you who have been with me for the whole of 2020 and before, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I've got to know some of you, even though it's over the internet, social media. I've got to know some of you really well. So thank you so much for just being there, supporting my channel, engaging, communicating, supporting when times have been difficult, having a laugh with me. No, just thank you so much. And I do try to give my thanks and show you by doing these monthly giveaways. My monthly giveaways do consist of products I receive in my beauty boxes, and it's products that I don't want, don't suit me. There might be products I've decided, I'll give that to you instead, and I choose one winner every month, and usually picked randomly unless it's a specific task I've given, and somebody will get that. But you do need to be a subscriber to my channel. My giveaways are good. They're not rubbish. They are good products. So join my channel, become part of the family, and yeah, let's crack on with 2021. All right guys, take care, look after yourselves, stay safe, be responsible.